always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Next Weather Chief Meteorologist and Hurricane Specialist Ivan Cabrera joins us once more with the forecast. Looks like we're going to repeat of rain tomorrow.
Another
just the usual pattern.
Yeah, coming up. But better news for our parade on Sunday. I think will be drier. Then we'll talk about that. 81 degrees right now, getting ready for Thursday. Getting you ready for it here as we approach the weekend. Pretty quiet on X-Radar Network as expected for the rest of the evening here. But we did pick up some pretty good rainfall here. But the problem is it came really just in torrential fashion, not right at the reporting station, but some parts like Florida City picked up upwards of 4 inches of rainfall in a short amount of time, had those flood advisories. Same deal for tomorrow. The flow is the same. It's slow moving, so the thunderstorms will be following that footstep. So looking like 5-10 miles an hour. That is slow, and that can result in some localized flooding. So we'll have that going on. Friday, a bit of a transition. An easterly wind will begin to develop here, so a lot of the storms will stay inland. And then really for the weekend, that's when the storms are going to push from east to west. So they're going in the other direction. And then some Saharan dust, as I showed you earlier, that's on tap for arrival coming up as we head through Sunday. So that'll really knock off rain chances here. So we're looking pretty good and drier with some hazy skies coming up for Sunday. That'll be the first plume of Saharan dust that we've had so far this year. And we'll talk about the tropics in a second. But rain tracker showing you again the activity for tomorrow. Showers and storms developing by around noontime and then continuing into the afternoon. And once you start getting all this cluster here, some of the storms could become significant as far as heavy rainfall, frequent lightning as well, even some gusty winds. And then everything pushes out between 6 and 8 o'clock. And we'll do it again as we hit into Friday. Notice Friday again, the southeast wind starts to develop here, so a little less action as we head into Saturday. But that will be the trend for the weekend as the storms then push in the other direction. In the tropics, we have a couple of areas that we're watching here. We have 2 tropical waves. The one that we've been following the last few days, that's not going to amount to much. And then number 2 that has a lot more real estate, a lot more time to get itself organized. So we'll talk about that. But despite these waves, we've had a lot of dust out there, but it looks like they're going to survive the trip, at least that one across the eastern Atlantic. This is really just kind of file this one away. We'll watch it on rain tracker here, and you'll kind of see this broad circulation as it approaches Yucatan there, and then heading into the Bay of Campeche with some rainfall. This is for the weekend, so by Saturday, Sunday, this thing is inland, so that's not going to have a chance to develop. This is a different story, and this is a time of year we don't look at the eastern Atlantic for tropical waves, but we have to because the models are locking in on this. This is now an investigation area from the National Hurricane Center there, so this particular feature is going to continue moving west over the next few days. And it's got some conducive conditions, some favorable conditions for it to develop. The upper level winds are going to start relaxing, and we have about a 60% chance of it developing. What happens thereafter, really no one can tell you. We've got spaghetti models, but they're all over the place at the beginning. Just something we'll watch for the Caribbean, for our good friends down there. It's not going to be a threat, I don't think, right now as it looks for us. Checking in on the forecast with rain chances between 40 and 60% through the afternoon. That's a given. We have rounds of rain coming up for tomorrow, and then there's that dry trend heading into a Sunday for our big parade. Just a couple of showers in the forecast as that dry air begins to move in with highs in the 90s.